Okay, so I need to make something clear before we go anywhere.
Sell out.
This book here was requested, but not from an audience member,
Sell out.
but from the author himself.
Sell out.
I knew this was a possibility,
Sell out.
but after some consideration...
Sell out.
Do you mind?
No, because you're a goddamn sellout.
Oh my god.
2 years in, and you're accepting book requests from the authors who wrote them? You know the ones who do that are mostly low-tier self-published writers looking for any kind of publicity by the ones who are desperate enough to do it. For what? A few more views? Sell out!
Needless to say, my cynical self had a few concerns over this.
That's putting it mildly.
You're not helping! As I was saying, after much consideration, I agreed to review the book because 1, it's a furry book and I've really been wanting to expand outside of doing yet another Kyle Gold novel. 2, to be completely transparent that the author himself requested this with you guys. And 3, that this will still be an honest review whether or not the book is good or bad. Just because it's not high profile doesn't mean I should shun it away. You know, don't judge a book by its cover.
You did it because it meant getting a free book.
That too. What? What? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, my name is David Popovich, aka the Bookworm, and welcome to Bookworm Reviews. Sit back and relax as we dive into Book 1 of the Resonance Tetralogy, Legacy, by Hugo Jackson. In the mythical land of Erez, there was once a great city known as Nazriel, but after a mysterious, catastrophic event, the city disappeared, leaving only mysterious artifacts for the people to wonder what happened to the once great city. But then, something stirred deep at the heart of the world. A new discovery had just been made. The dragons of Drakka have discovered a major artifact that can lead to the location of Nazriel, but they will need access to the province of Zayal. Yeah, I'm going to be mispronouncing a lot of names today. Better get used to it. The leader of Zayal, the fox Aiden, doesn't want the Drakka on his land, because the Drakka have a reputation of being pillagers and thieves, but just leaving at the right time so no one can properly blame them, even though everyone knows it's them. You know, like real politics. I'm sure you don't need reminding that your continued encroachment on numerous territories, including our own, has still not been rectified to the Senate's satisfaction. The Drakkas get denied and we meet our protagonist, Aiden's daughter, Farah, who is a resonator.
What the hell is a resonator?
I'm about to explain that. You see, the world of Erez had a meteor that crashed into the moon that dropped many crystals over the land. You know it sounds kind of silly saying that out loud. Over time, these were discovered to contain an organic energy that, if used correctly, could sympathize or resonate with materials and forces around them. Everything from rock to electricity.
So they're like Jedi.
Anyway, Farah is training to get better, but always feels like she'll never surpass her father's abilities. He's also a resonator too. He always said she was gifted, potentially better than he was, but she hadn't truly believed in herself despite her power being second nature, almost instinctive. She also feels the same way about becoming the new Empress when the time comes, because she's insecure with her ability to hold up to the standards of her father. In other words, every teenager ever. But her father needs her to toughen up. Feyre, things may get very dangerous for us both very soon. The Drakans are becoming aggressive. And he's right. After Aiden leaves to research about Nazriel in the city of Skyra, Zayal is attacked by the Drakans led by a mysterious hyena hybrid named Vinoka, revealing that Aiden and her are more connected to Nazriel than she originally believed. These names are fun to say. After barely escaping with her life, Feyre must undertake an epic journey across the world to find her father, inform him of what happened to Zayal, and to find a way to stop the Drakans. But she won't be on this journey alone. Along the way, she'll gain 3 more allies. There's Tyrion, a raccoon with mecha claws that shoot out of their sockets, awesome, who attacked Farah with the Drakans, but after she hits him on the head with her staff, reveals that he may be more of a victim of cruel experimentation. Did I really do that? I can't remember much. And 2 wolves, Kairu, a stick-in-the-mud swordsman, and Arwen, a compassionate but hard-ass archer. And they are totally not like in love with each other or anything. No, they are just good friends and nothing else. Or in other words, mage, machinist, warrior, and ranger. All of which leads to an adventure that, if they should fail, could lead to the extinction of Ares itself. And that's Legacy. How is it? Good. It's surprisingly good. I really had no idea what to expect from the book, but I really enjoyed it. It's not perfect. The first 2 chapters are a massive dump of world-building information that can turn some people off, especially since the plot doesn't get started till around chapter 3. If the plot sounds like every other high fantasy story you ever read, then you're right. All the tropes and cliches of the genre are front and center, from D&D to Final Fantasy, and if you know the genre well, you will get some of the major plot elements ahead of time. But the story also takes a lot of influence from manga and anime. From the ways the characters talk to each other to how the story is told, it felt like I was reading an anime. And I loved it! This book honestly gave me a huge nostalgia rush. It really does play out like the anime I used to watch on Toonami, Adult Swim, and binge watching on Crunchyroll. While the story is cliched, it works very well within those cliches, giving you a fun fantasy ride about a young girl trying to live up to her father's expectations, but as the story goes on, reveals an even greater heritage she and everyone in her party will have to live up to. There is a reason this book is called Legacy. The only other real problem is that the villains feel pretty weak. There are 3 main villains of the piece, and while you know the general backstories of why they are doing what they are doing, it feels like they are underdeveloped or their motivations feel stock. They didn't really feel like characters, but evil faces for our heroes to punch in the face. Hell, the most interesting one, Binoka, I thought was going to be the central villain of the book, but by the end she becomes more a second stringer. In all honesty, I can't even remember what her motivation is. But even with the flaws, it is still an entertaining book. I mean, after you read the greatest piece of nothing in existence, anything will be better. But Legacy is good. I haven't even told you a fraction of what happens in the book, because a lot happens once things start rolling. Cliched and a little weak on the villains, but a fun fantasy romp with an honestly great cast of heroes. If it sounds like your cup of tea, then it's well worth a read. What about you, Internet? What's your opinion about Legacy? A special shout out to Hugo Jackson for offering the book for review. Thank you for your support, and I apologize for the many mispronunciations today. Links to buy his book will be in the description below. If you have a book you would like me to review, let me know in the comments below. Next time, we're going to continue looking at fantasy by looking at one of the biggest modern authors who reinvented the genre. Till next time, have a nice day.